The X Zone Radio Show with Rob McConnell is largely an opinion talk show. All opinions, comments, or statements of fact expressed by Rob McConnell's guests are strictly their own and are not to be construed as those of the X Zone Radio Show or endorsed in any manner by Rob McConnell, Relmar McConnell Media Company, the X Zone Broadcast Network, its affiliated networks, stations, employees, or advertisers.
All Hit Radio.
Welcome to the X Zone, a place where fact is fiction and fiction is reality. Now, here's your host, Rob McConnell.
Welcome back, everyone. This is the X Zone. My name is Rob McConnell, coming to you from our studios in Hamilton, Ontario, Canada. Worldwide toll-free, 1-800-610-7035. Email xzone@xzoneradiotv.com. On MSN Messenger, xzoneradiotv@hotmail.com. And our website, www.xzoneradiotv.com. My guest this hour is Atul Kumar Mehra. He was born in New Delhi, India. From an early age, he showed much interest in the power of the mind, especially after his father taught him the techniques of concentration, yoga, and meditation. He realized he was able to perceive future events, which led him to study numerology and palmistry. In college, he developed different talents like poetry and creative writing. He worked professionally in the theater. He was also awarded as Best Athlete for the 100-meter sprint and long jump. He completed his master's degree in India and placed special interest in learning different languages, which would later serve him to communicate while living abroad. He worked as a model and a professional actor in television commercials and series in Venezuela. He was initiated as the Grand Master Reiki and Master Karuna Reiki. Currently, he works with color therapy, holistic healing, and has extensive knowledge in Swedish and Thai therapeutic massages, aromatherapy, and other techniques. Joining me now is Atul Kumar Mehra, and welcome to the X Zone, my friend.
Hello. Thank you very much for your invitation, Rob. How are you doing today?
I'm doing very fine, thank you. And, just thinking about New Age and the way people are opening up their minds and their hearts to new and, well, you see, it's really not new. It's old that has been reborn, I guess we can say, because a lot of the techniques that practitioners like yourself utilize were actually used by people long time ago, and it seems that this is forgotten knowledge.
Yes, that is absolutely right, If we go a long time back, and we can see even in India, we have, like we call it, Akashic records, and in our Indian mythologies, they use the power of mind, and they also talked about, which we call Viman, or the aeroplanes now, and they were used to, fly from one place to the other. So, of course, mind has been always a very important tool in the history of mankind, and that we use our mind every now and then, because we cannot live without our mind, right?
Right.
So we use different techniques which have always been there, like the techniques of meditation, yoga, and not only Indian culture, but other cultures, also contributed to it. Like we have yin-yang from Chinese culture, and India we have the same thing. We call it, we have our Lord Shiva, which has got two forms, the masculine and the feminine form. So basically, and the same thing we have got in our mind, which is duality. So we have our left hemisphere, which is logical, analytical, reasoning. Reading, writing, and speaking is just 30,000 to 5,000 years old. And we have before, which we, in our previous brain, which is animal consciousness is there, then mammal consciousness is there, And also, so with these two hemispheres and with two different knowledges are also, very much, were very, very popular in the olden times.
All right, Atul, we have to take our commercial break. Please stand by. Exo Nation Atul Kumar Mehra is our special guest. www.atulnet.net. That's www.atulnet.net. He's a registered professional counselor and psychotherapist. We'll be back on the other side of this commercial break in 2 minutes as the X Zone continues. We're right here from our studios in Hamilton, Ontario, Canada. My name's Rob McConnell. Don't go away. Did you know that when you're on the road with limited data or Wi-Fi, you can still listen to the X-Zone radio show with Rob McConnell, The Science of Magic with Gwilda Wiyaka, X-1, Dimension X, Space Patrol, and every minute of the X-Zone broadcast network by calling 213-401-0080, courtesy of Audio Now. No smartphone, app, or internet needed. It saves your data plan, and it's free if you have unlimited minutes. Call 213-401-0080 to listen on any phone, anytime, anywhere. Remember, 213-401-0080 for the best of the paranormal, parapsychology, and sci-fi radio programming anywhere, 24/7, 365. Hi everyone, Rob McConnell here, and I wanted to spend a moment on internet streaming. Everybody has heard about internet streaming, but not many know much about it. Did you know the internet streams just about everything?
Movies.
From new releases to old classics.
TV shows.
Almost every show, every episode, and much more. But the question has always been, how do you do it? Well now, thanks to the folks at 123 Ready TV, I have the answer for you. They have developed a simple program app, 123 Ready TV, that you install on your Windows PC, Android smartphone, or Android tablet that can have you streaming like a pro in less than 5 minutes. You truly won't believe how much is available or how easy it is to do until you try. And for a one-time cost of only $19.99, this product is a real winner. To learn more about 123 Ready TV, visit our website at www.xzbn.net. And welcome back, everyone. We're speaking to Atul Kumar Mehra this hour. And you've got a new book that's coming out, Atul. It's called The Mysteries and Secrets of a Pregnant Woman. Tell me more about that.
Yes, thank you very much. I'm also in process of publishing that book because I've got 1.5 chapter to finish it. Well, like we were talking about mind, and this book is about how a baby's mind, inside the mother's womb, can capture mother's emotions, and if there is any unconditional love or if there are any thoughts imposed by mother or a father on baby formation, that can affect in his adult life. So this book is about that how a mind, let us say there is a chapter, does spermatozoon have a consciousness? Mm-hmm. And yes, Rob, all the sperms have consciousness. Even sperm can think that whether it should continue or it should die there. And even the information, when the father has discharged the sperm, at that time, the emotions the father has, the sperm is also carrying that information. If the father is afraid, maybe they do not want to have a baby, and so that sperm is taking that consciousness, and he feels fear, and he's afraid of, going there and fertilizing the egg. So all those thoughts can disturb the formation of a baby, and baby can become an unwanted child. And it further can, create more problems and create some physical problems in his adult life. I have a patient who has a tumor in 37 years of her age, and it was a benign tumor. And when we do a lot of therapy, because I also work with a integrative therapy of depth psychology, which was developed by Professor Vernon Meinhold in Meersburg, Germany. And so with this therapy, we have been able to do a lot of advanced research, and we have come to know a lot of things which maybe were behind the curtain. So this lady was an unwanted child, and after 6 months, when she comes to know that, okay, my mother doesn't want me, and she's very anxious, so what I'm doing here? So in 7 months, there is a premature delivery. So she remembers that when she was coming out of mother's womb, after 7 months, because she was very anxious, her mother was very anxious, and she was an unwanted child, then she remembered that mother got agreed with the doctor that the babies must be born after 9 months. If they are going to born before 9 months, then she might born without some part of her body, and she will be rejected or will not be accepted by her parents and her brother and sister. So now she wants to go back, but she just cannot go back. So she does a suicide attempt because the fear was that strong, and the acceptance of parents were that important because she was already an undesirable, unwanted child, and plus coming out before 9 months. So first she hits her back of her neck with mother's pelvic bone, and then turns around and hits where you have third eye, like the sella. Sella is the part in pituitary gland, and to do that suicide attempt. But she came out well, and she grew normally, and 37 years of her age, doctor diagnosed a benign tumor in her in that part. And then, we started doing therapy, and of course, it took around 197 sessions, 4 years of therapy, and that tumor disappeared. And after that, it was a benign tumor, and with the benign tumor, what the doctors do, that they give the medicine, and those persons die a natural death, but they have to take the medicines. And if it becomes malignant, and so they go to neurosurgeon, which drill it out. So her doctor was a very orthodox doctor. He didn't agree to it. He said that how the medicines have worked. But her gynecologist was very, very more open. He says, and he said to her, I know that this kind of cases only happen 5 to 6%, and yours is not that case. What else you have been doing? So she then explained that how she created that tumor from mother's womb, and further also she has some cyst also in her uterus which also disappeared, and so many other things. And her testimonial is on my website, which is the new website which I have created. It is www.testimonials.atulnet.net. So, our mind is very powerful. So that acceptance of love, which is very important, because when love works as an emotion, it brings its counterpart, which is hate. So what is basically a hate? Like Meinhold says, hate is the love which I cannot have. When love is expressed badly, it becomes hate. So love as a consciousness is different than love as an emotion. So that is why our mind, what we are taught, what we perceive, what we live, our mind captures that, and that information is stored in our subconscious mind or our right hemisphere, and whenever we need it, we are automatically react to those situations.
How can you help people who are facing a lot of stress? Stress is I don't know anyone in today's society who does not face stress or does not have a lot of stress in their lives. How can you help people who are just totally stressed out?
Rob, first of all, we have to see the definition of stress in person's life. It's very important. because everybody says that, okay, I'm getting overwhelmed, so I'm stressed. But stress is just a mask. We have to go beyond that mask. So let us say that if a person who lacked his mother in his life, he might run after his wife, or he will try to do everything so that his woman is not going to go away, right? Or his wife is not going to go away. So that thing creates stress in his mind because he's looking for that acceptance. There is other things. In order to prove that we are efficient, we go beyond our limits, and we create every kind of problems. We create because what we are trying to live is first to have, then to be. If I have a car, if I have a big house, if I have a, let us say, very good profession, then I have a right to live. So it is first I have to have had certain conditions in order to be what I am, or in order to be what I can. So it's not have, then to be. It has to be, then to have. If I exist, then other things exist. We have a lot of, stress with the word or. Me or my wife. Me or my car. Me or my job. Why can't we have me and my wife, me and my job, me and my house? So we have to give priorities, first of all. What do we want from our life? That's because, and one of the biggest reasons is lack of spirituality. Spirituality is not a religion. Spirituality is different than the religion. So what are my conditions? How I'm supposed to see? Because we live a mechanical life. We get up early in the morning, go to office, we run around 2 hours, 3 hours. Then we are worried. We have to finish our work on time. We have to pay our mortgages. We have to do such and such things. And all these things are piling up. We are not living our life. We are living basically a life which has got no sense, which has got no consciousness. So consciousness is very important. First of all, you have to see that you are being stressed. So what is the thing which is making you more stressed? So write down on a paper, okay, it's my work, it's my job, it's that thing. It's, let us say, I drive 2 hours, etc., etc. So first, when you write down things on a paper, then you can come to know, oh my God, this thing is not a problem. This thing is not a problem. This thing is not a problem. So basically, you get 2 or 3 main problems, which are creating the rest of the problems in your life, and they are, stressing you or depressing you, and creating you some stuff. So there are so many. After that, there are so many. Therapies available, Reiki is available, yoga is available, meditation is available. But sometimes the thing go much deeper to his, to when the person was just a kid, or his father created conditional love. Let us say, they used to say, you have to do such and such thing. If you don't do that thing, I don't love you. Or maybe the absence of father or mother in child's life can also create stress or a disease, or maybe sometimes the conditions of the society are that demanding that persons need to cope up with everyday's needs and everyday's conditions, which are like an obligation.
All right, Atul, we've got to take our news break. Please stand by. Exo Nation, our guest this hour is Atul Kumar Mehra. His website is www.atulnet.net. That's ATULNET.net. We'll be back on the other side of this commercial break as the X Zone continues from our studios in Hamilton, Ontario, Canada. Don't go away.
This is the X Zone Broadcast Network, broadcasting worldwide on broadcast affiliates and satellite program providers, including CNN Broadcast Network, Sirius Satellite Network, Star Media, Good News Radio Network, Angel Broadcast Network, Wiki Broadcast Network, and WPBN TV. For more information on the X Zone Broadcast Network, visit us at www.xzbn.net.
Did you know that when you're on the road with limited data or Wi-Fi, you can still listen to the X-Zone Radio Show with Rob McConnell, The Science of Magic with Gwilda Wiyaka, X-1, Dimension X, Space Patrol, and every minute of the X-Zone Broadcast Network by calling 213-401-0080, courtesy of Audio Now. No smartphone, app, or internet needed. It saves your data plan, and it's free if you have unlimited minutes. Call 213-401-0080 to listen on any phone, anytime, anywhere. Remember, 213-401-0080 for the best of the paranormal, parapsychology, and sci-fi radio programming anywhere, 24/7, 365. Hi everyone, Rob McConnell here, and I wanted to spend a moment on internet streaming. Everybody has heard about internet streaming, but not many know much about it. Did you know the internet streams just about everything?
Movies.
From new releases to old classics.
TV shows.
Almost every show, every episode, and much more. But the question has always been, how do you do it? Well now, thanks to the folks at 123 Ready TV, I have the answer for you. They have developed a simple program app, 123 Ready TV, that you install on your Windows PC, Android smartphone, or Android tablet that can have you streaming like a pro in less than 5 minutes. You truly won't believe how much is available or how easy it is to do until you try. And for a one-time cost of only $19.99, this product is a real winner. To learn more about 123 Ready TV, visit our website at www.xzbn.net. Welcome back, everyone. Just before we get back to our guest this hour, I'd like to remind each and every one of you that the X Chronicles newspaper will be delivered to you by email, or if you take the mail subscription, or if you get it from your local newspaper stand, it will be delivered on June the 20th this month. So if you'd like to become a subscriber, or if you'd like to become an advertiser, www.xchronicles-newspaper.com/newspaperstand.htm is where you can actually go and read, I believe there's about 44 past editions that we've made available to you, the members of the Exo Nation. And if you'd like to contact us about advertising, or if you'd like to become a regular subscriber, send an email to publisher@xchronicles-newspaper.com. That's publisher@xchronicles-newspaper.com. I'd like to say hello to KOHI in St. Helens, Oregon, and KKRP in Oklahoma. Hi, guys. Great having you as part of the X-Zone family. My guest this hour is Atul Kumar Mehra. He is a registered professional counselor and psychotherapist. His website is www.atulnet.net. All right, so Atul, tell me, how can you help us with the problems that we face in our daily lives, as well as the challenges and problems that we face at work?
Yes, it is a very good question, because recently I was going through a news, and it was saying that around 500,000 persons every day do not go to work because they feel some kind of depression or some other mental health problem. And there has been recently a new study in Baltimore, MD, in USA, and they are doing a lot of research, and they are saying that depression can not only cause cancer, but high cholesterol and high blood pressure. So when you go to a doctor gives you medicine for high blood pressure or high cholesterol, but they do not send people to see if they have got any depression. And the kind of life we are living every day, that we have to get up, we have to run for our work, and we can't take care of our children, we have to pay bills, and we have to do so many other things that we do not have time for ourselves, and worse, for our children. So it is very important, first of all, to know that what kind of life you're living, to take consciousness. And like I told you before, in my therapy, which is integrative therapy of depth psychology deals with unconscious behaviors and attitudes. And 95% of our life, we generally live in unconsciously. It means that we never know when we are now and here. We are in the past or we are in the future. So our thoughts take us to our past and we start, repenting. We start feeling bad or sad. Or we go to the future with our imaginations. Okay, one day I will do this, one day I will do that. And our life, passes by between these two poles. And I have, unfortunately, many patients, many clients who have, 65, 60 years old. I'm just 18 months in this country I have been, but since last 11 years, I have seen it almost everywhere, that they have got, latest lot of money, maybe all those beautiful car, house, but they have nobody to share with. And that, makes us feel, or makes them feel so depressed, because their children only go to them, visit them when they need to sign a paper, or when they need money. And everybody is running with that thing in order to fill that black hole, and trying to fill that black hole with so many material things. So all these things, first of all, not only create stress, but depression, any other, anger, psychological problems, cancer, multiple sclerosis, and I can name, number and number of diseases. I recently had a patient, and she had a breast cancer. She came to know that why she produced breast cancer in her right breast and not in left breast, and also why she always gave breastfeed to her baby from left breast and not from right breast. Likewise, I have other clients who are very stressed, and they come to me. I ask them, okay, please tell me about your daily routine. How do you live with it? Then they, start explaining, and they talk about different areas of stress they have got in their life. So once we have pointed out or taken into consciousness their areas of stress, then we make a plan accordingly that what we are going to do, and then we enter into integrated therapy of depth psychology to see where there has been an origin of that stress, of that disorder, physical or mental disorder. And when we go to that problem where the first time that person felt the base of its problem, first time in his life, then we bring it now in here. We make consciousness of it. We understand it, integrate it, and the problem is gone. And then the person's life becomes much more balanced. I'm going to share very interesting, in order to give more idea what I'm speaking, I'm going to give you an example. It's a real case.
Okay.
So here, one side, there is a mother, and the other side, there is a baby. Let us say a child, 7 years old, and he suffers severe breathing problems. And if he doesn't breathe well, he can die. So mother is 30, 50, 80 kilometers away. Whenever that her child is suffering from that problem, she feels it, calls back home, and her maid or the nanny confirms, yes, your son is suffering from that problem, but how do you know? And then she tells her what to do. So this is one point of view. The other end, which is the other point of view, the child feels the anxiety of a mother, that mother has anxiety, that he is not breathing well. In order to fulfill or get that acceptance unconsciously from mother's side, he starts breathing badly, and in that disorder and that time, he can die. We don't know who is the initiator or who is the receiver. It happens simultaneously beyond time and limit.
Well, isn't this all part of extrasensory perception?
I wouldn't say extrasensory perception, because this is the communication where scientists are doing lots and lots of research, and it has been proven in some parts, but other scientists are not accepting it. But still, in our therapy, we work with those connections because they are completely visible. And not only one, because I wouldn't say it's extrasensory, I would say it's sense of perception. Because if you say we do not have 5 senses, we have 12 senses. Let us say that the sense of warmness baby feels or develops when first time mother's blood touches his skin. So he develops the sense of warmness, which is in other words the sense of love. So the sense of perception for us is more important. And but okay, never mind. You can name it anything, but the thing is that thing exists, and that thing is very much there. So when we work with our client on one thing, there are changes on the other end. So what happens? Let us say I have been doing it for 12 years, and I have done more than 6,000 sessions. And every time I do a therapy on one client, his surroundings change. He gets more confidence. He gets, his diseases he's suffering from or disorders he's suffering from, they just go away, and they have opened up new opportunity to be relaxed, to be recognized more among their family members, and they get better job offers, and also they start getting more income. So all those connections which we are creating are responded by other persons. So we don't know that we are the initiator or we are the receiver, because we do not try to find out who is the guilty one, who is responsible for it. Because if it comes from mothers, so like my professor Meinhold say, the Eve, Adam and Eve should be the responsible one.
I guess.
So we do not work with guilty, with who is the responsible one, but we try to find out solutions, because solutions are in the same person. Solutions are not out of you; they are inside you. That is the other thing, that your mind couldn't get solutions at that time. Let me give you an example. Let us say how you are going to explain a 2-year-old girl that her father doesn't have sufficient money to buy that simple doll. She is not going to understand it. And always she is going to feel bad about it, because 2-year-old girl do not have that rational mind. Because if we put EEG, electroencephalograph, on 2-year-old child, there is no wave. There is no brain wave. The first EEG waves, start from third year of child's or baby's age. So before that, it is a complete hypnosis. So whatever you learn, let us say, Rob, let me ask you, what is your first language?
English.
So when you learned English, you learned it in hypnosis. You were not conscious. Hypnosis is not a technique or a method. It is the natural form of consciousness. It is the first form of consciousness. So when you learned English, you could never reason it. So when you became 7, 8, 9 years old and you had more rational mind, you said, oh, I speak English. And now, let us say, if you have to learn Hindi or Chinese or Japanese, you are going to reason it. You're going to say, no, that word is like that. That word is similar to that, right? Do you understand what I mean?
I understand. I've never thought of it that way. And, I've never, I don't know how factual it is that a child of 2 years old doesn't have won't show any activity on an EEG. That sounds rather ridiculous, because a child at the age of 2 is breathing, is doing a lot of things using their motor skills. So why wouldn't they have any response on an EEG?
Absolutely. You can do an experiment on it, and you will come to know. That's a scientific fact that if you can Google it, you will come to know that the first waves start from 2.5 years. And before that, it's a deep hypnosis, I would say, because for us, any disease, any disorder, which you cannot reason it.
This is the X-Zone Broadcast Network, broadcasting worldwide on broadcast affiliates and satellite program providers, including CNN Broadcast Network, Sirius Satellite Network, Star Media, Good News Radio Network, Angel Broadcast Network, Wiki Broadcast Network, and WPBN TV. For more information on the X-Zone Broadcast Network, visit us at www.xzbn.net.
And welcome back, everyone. This is the X-Zone. My name is Rob McConnell. Our special guest this hour is Atul Kumar Mehra, and he is a professional counselor, and he's also a psychotherapist. His website is www.atulnet.net. Is it an EEG or an ECG for the?
It's yeah. What I was talking. Sorry, sometimes because I speak more Spanish for the last 20 years. So what I was talking about is brain. When you put it on your brain, it's electroencephalograph. So you put it on your brain, and you find that there is no. There is delta activity or there is theta activity. So so that activity is, the consciousness starts, or the rational mind starts from 3rd year, when the baby can, a little bit think more about and starts asking also different questions. So please. So it is about mind, not about heart.
What would you like to leave the X-Zone Nation with tonight, my friend?
Well, I would say that it's very important that, first of all, you should try to love yourself and see how you can make your life better. Try to find out that what is your objective. That are you running after something, or you are trying to satisfy those black holes inside you. And if you feel depression, if you feel that you are not doing very well, then you can also, come for professional help. You can find a professional in your area, or simply you can go to find some other source which can help you. And if you see that problems are so difficult and you want permanent solutions, then of course you can write to me, or you can ask me questions at myfriendatul@gmail.com, or you can visit my website, which is www.atulnet.net or www.testimonials.atulnet.net.
Atul, I want to thank you very much for joining us tonight. It's been a great pleasure talking to you, and it was certainly a pleasure meeting you at the Body, Soul, Spirit Expo that was held at the International Center last weekend. All right, I think we lost Atul, so we're just going to...
I'm here.
All right, okay, well, I'm glad you're still here. Once again, X-Zone Nation, his website is www.atulnet.net, and he is a registered professional counselor and psychotherapist. I'll be back on the other side of this commercial break with the news as the X-Zone continues from our studios in Hamilton, Ontario, Canada. Once again, if you'd like to send us an email, xzone@xzoneradiotv.com. On MSN Messenger, we can always chat during the show at xzoneradiotv@hotmail.com, and our website, www.xzoneradiotv.com. Don't forget, X-Zone Nation, the June edition of the X Chronicles will be delivered and be available online on June the 20th. So if you would like to send us in an article, your comments, an editorial, if you'd like to become a subscriber, or if you'd like to become an advertiser, send an email to publisher at xchronicles-newspaper.com. That's publisher at xchronicles-newspaper.com. And you can always read our online versions of the X Chronicles at www.xchronicles-newspaper.com/newspaperstand.htm. I'm Rob McConnell. I'll be back on the other side of this break. Don't go away.